Hello, let's see. Cam Newton has a video that's kind of making the rounds on social media and has a lot of people talking. I still am talking about the Kirk Franklin interview, so here we have it. This is from about a week and a half ago. I already made one, and this is a different short one.
You know what? For the first time ever, I'm going to tell the story. I've never told the story before.
Look at me.
I'm going to tell the story for the first time in my life. This is why I started talking to my biological mother. Here it is. 32 years old, my sister gets out of prison, and I'm the only one trying to help her. And she needs a lot of help. Where's she going to stay? What's she going to do? Because again, she's been in prison with this institutionalized drugs, all these different things. I found a ministry that I paid these two ladies to just kind of mother her and nurture her. And then she stayed in their house with a few other ladies and young girls that were kind of going through the same thing. And my sister was still struggling with drugs and, you know, her body and use for drugs and all these different things. And it was more than a 32-year-old boy could handle.
Correct.
And my sister...
He referred to himself as a 32-year-old boy. Okay. He was a very successful recording artist by that time.
As a younger daughter who's like a child to me and Tammy. Her name is Monica. Incredible. She came into my life, she was 14. She showed up at my doorstep and said, "You my uncle." I didn't even know I had a niece. And so at 14, she was 14, I was about 31, 32 years old. And so Monica is living with this lady who's like a grandmother to her. And so I say to Monica, I said, we need to, and to the ladies my sister's living with, we need to find a way to get people together to help my sister.
Right.
So we reached out. I had somebody reach, it was either Monica, somebody reached out to my biological mother, Deborah, Sandra, and then they have another sister named Dee Dee. And we needed to do an intervention to help Sawana. Because again, this is not my daughter. Sawana's not my daughter. She's my sister. Sawana has a real mama living. And I need help from the family because, again, I don't know.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
Right.
So I called, I'm trying to remember if I called. I don't think I called, but I had somebody call everybody together.
A representative of you.
And so we met up all together at the house that Monica was, that Sawana's daughter, Monica, was living in. And when we all met up, everybody showed up, but my biological mother, she showed up with her new husband.
Good for her.
Nobody had ever known this man. Nobody knew who this man was. She shows up with her new husband.
To hear this perfectly popping fizz described as crispy sounds just about perfect.
So we're trying to do this intervention. And it's not going well because my biological mother has always had a temper. And the way she was communicating with my sister was not compassionate, was not healing, and it was a struggle for me to watch the way she was handling my sister. It was very difficult. But I could see she was trying. I just, it was. I remember as a child the times that I would be around my biological mother. She was a firecracker. I'm a firecracker. I got that too. And so the way that it was going okay. It wasn't going the way, that I pictured in my mind, like the Hallmark card. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I had in my mind the kumbaya.
You're Kirk Franklin. You thought you had everything under control. People think you have everything. You're wearing designer from head to toe. You sell out arenas. You do this, you do that. Everybody knows who you are.
But I can't fix this.
Yeah.
And I'm 32 years old. See, I'm 54 now, so you look back and like, 32? I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
So
32 is good and grown.
As this intervention ended, Deborah, my biological sister, my sister and myself, as it ended before we were about to leave, we all three hugged. We all three hugged because we hadn't been around each other in years. When we started hugging, it was either Sandra or Dee Dee. I think it was Sandra. One of them said, oh, this is, well, I could hear one of them say, this is so beautiful. This is the way family should be. This is the way y'all need to be doing. Y'all need to be, and then I said, hey guys, this is not about us. This is about Sawana. This moment is about Sawana. We need to focus on Sawana. After I said that, Deborah's new husband in the corner, he yells, what you need to do is call your mama sometime. I said, sir, I don't know who you are, but she's the mother, I'm the child.
You were 30.
He says, yeah, but you call yourself a Christian. My boy, I retched up and made my way over. I was giving go, and it turned into a whole mess. And it got heated, it got bad, and my mother did something that crushed my heart. She grabbed his hand and said, come on, baby, let's go. And she walked out of the house on her 2 kids. And she stood by the side of this Nigga.
Nigga.
I can't say it because somebody always says something when I say it.
I will.
I don't know why they're calling him a nasty name. He's a man who stood up for his wife. So I don't understand why that's an issue. He did what I think that most people would do. I mean, he knew her and he was advocating for her. He didn't know the rest of these people and he knew her side of the story. So I don't know why they were expecting impartiality from the woman's husband.
And walked out with him. And they told me I must have blacked out because they told me what I said is they said I followed them outside on the porch, because in that hood you got porches.
Yes, sir.
They said I walked out and followed them on the porch and I yelled at my mama, that's right, go ahead and walk out like you always do.
The Shea Moisture Bond Repair System.
The mom made the right choice. Why stand around and be talked down on, and why stick around and, subject yourself to a hostile environment when you don't need to? And by the way, she gave Kirk Franklin up for adoption when he was 4. I don't know about the sister, or I won't even say 4, but he was very young, like before kindergarten, so.
With Hydroplex technology is scientifically proven to make hair 6 times stronger, preventing breakage by 84% while enhancing moisture. This is beauty that bonds.
And the fact that she took that man's hand and she did not say to him, baby, you stay over there. This is between me and my kids. Kids that I know I did not raise. Kids that I know I did not nurture. Kids that I know I did not protect. Kids that I know that I did not provide for. Kids that I know that I did not defend. Kids that I did not love. Kids that did not have their mama. You stand over.
Kirk's biological mom put him up for adoption. He was adopted by a relative.
Over there and let me deal with my kids. She did not deal with her kids. She took that
her
man's side and walked out with him. And I promised myself, now see, I couldn't protect myself as a little boy, but as a grown man, I will never be put in a position where you will ever be able to do me like that again. And so for 23 years, I did not see or speak to my biological mother. So when this happened last year, and after all that I've gone through,
what exactly was he expecting from someone who he didn't see for 23 years?
Still get these denials? I'm not good, but I'm good. I'm good. For me, there's nothing else. Two DNA tests? You denying 2 DNA tests? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I got too much to deal with. I can't. At some point, you got to save what is still together. Ooh, did somebody get that?
No. I'm with you.
At some point, you got to save what's still together.
Yes, Lord.
Because you can't give them everything to break.
You bruised, but you ain't broke.
Yes, sir. But you will be if you give them every.
Kirk Franklin clearly has a lot of hostility and resentment towards his mother, who was 16 when he was born. Now, remember earlier, he referred to himself as a boy at age 32, but he has all of this resentment towards his mother, who was half that age when she had him. And she did give him up for adoption, and that woman raised him. And the woman who raised him is actually mostly responsible for his success in the music business, because she collected pop cans and turned them in, and with that money she gave Kirk Franklin music lessons, piano lessons. So he's really had a charmed life, and it's unfortunate that he doesn't see that. He's very blessed.
Thing to break.
Because I say this, when I hear you talk about this situation, I'm getting goosebumps listening to it.
That's the first time I've ever talked about that.
Thank you. But I would tell you this. You've allowed your mother to make it right, and she constantly failed. Where you just, if she said, hold on, baby. Hold on. I can make it right now.
Right now.
Kirk, I'm here.
Right now, with both of us.
I'm here. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm broke too.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah. Hold up. Big game, King. Watch this. About a year or two later, I'm in Louisiana at a concert, and I have to do a meet and greet. Do you know that there were these strangers that walked up to me? Cam, God is crazy. These strangers walked up to me at the meet and greet and said, Kirk, we just want to apologize to you. I'm like, this is my first time meeting these people. They said, we are the children. We are the children of the man that your mama married. And we heard about what happened. That's him. And we're sorry because we know him. And we know what he did. And
even when you listen to Kirk's version of the story, does he really sound like he was totally innocent? I mean, he followed the couple outside of this home where they were, and he was, upset and ready to pop off. He probably already popped off. That version of that story is probably pretty sanitized, and honestly, I don't even know that I totally even believe what he said just then.
We know the spirit of it. We know because he's our biological father, and we want to say, dude, who? The odds of that?
Yeah.
I don't know that I totally believe
the odds of that. You got to be careful how you treat people, because we are so.
He's had issues with his own son, if you don't know. Now, I don't think the son was right for what he did to Kirk. I think the son's pretty weaselly, but it's just kind of interesting that he's here kind of complaining about his mom. His son set him up and exposed him. People love that word. Oh, I'm going to expose him. And he really was not very nice to his son, but I don't really judge because I don't know what all went on, in that relationship. But he's like, oh, be careful how you treat people. But he wasn't real nice to his son. But who knows? Maybe he deserved it. Who knows? I'm not going to judge that.
Closely connected on this planet. 6 degrees, right? 6 degrees. You got to be very careful how you treat people, because people still matter.
For sure. We serve a God who forgives, but it first starts with us acknowledging.
I like when he smoke good, he do what a man should, it make me feel real good.
And not living in denial.
That's so good, Cam. That's so good.
Once we, in any type of AA meeting, what they say, the first step is acknowledgement. You have to acknowledge. And you know what? Because my father, my mother, and my grandmother raised me. I was raised in a 3-parent household. One thing that they've always taught me was accountability. Always. Who wrote this?
That's kind of funny, considering that maybe a week or so after this video came out, another video came out where Cam Newton was talking to this one lady who's like a life coach or something like that. He got pretty, like, tore up all over the internet, and it's just kind of funny to hear him talking about accountability.
Chair. I broke it. Look at me when I talk. Yeah. And for you witnessing this, not Kirk I don't want to love nobody but you. Not that. This was
all these songs.
This me, bro. I'm trying to tell you, this is me.
Can I say this? First of all, shout out, love and respect to my biological mother, Deborah, because she still gave me life. So let's still acknowledge the Black Queen and her ability to create life on this planet. So thank you. She did not have to have me. Even though I overheard her when I was 13 tell Gertrude, I didn't want to have him, I wanted an abortion, but you wouldn't let me. I heard her tell Gertrude that when I was 13. It's because I was raised in them trap houses that didn't have doors. You know, there were not doors to the bedroom.
It wasn't sealed. It wasn't sealed, right?
Bro.
They had a little crack.
Yeah, and I'll never forget that. I remember hearing that. So, but thank you, Gertrude, for encouraging Deborah to have a baby.
Gertrude is his adoptive mom.
Such an amazing woman. Such an amazing, just soul. You was describing her as you talked about. We only went to church, home. That's my grandmother.
That's Gertrude. I'm learning how to take pieces of it one day at a time instead of trying to eat the whole cake at one time. You got to take little pieces. And you know, my story, interestingly, Cam, when the documentary came out, it is amazing how so many people of color in this country have the same story. We have really been a displaced race of people. Folk not knowing who their mom and daddy is real time, finding out years later that who they thought was this and not that. It is more common.
I'm Black. I know who my mom and dad is.
And our experiences as people of color in this Western world we live in than you could ever imagine. And that's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. I'm not the only one.
Okay, so there we have it. I did a little bit of research on this matter. Kirk Franklin, he talked to People magazine. There was an article. I have it on my community tab. He found his biological father. He refers to his biological father as a great guy. He did not know his biological father until pretty recently. So I just think it's really interesting that, you know, he has all this resentment towards his mom, biological mom, but his dad was completely unknown until recently. But he's a great guy, and I'm just quoted in People magazine. Anyway, as I already said, the mom put him up for adoption. So at that point, he wasn't really her responsibility. Now, Kirk got adopted by a relative, so maybe there was some unclear boundaries. I can understand that. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting how Kirk Franklin referred to himself as a 32-year-old boy. His mom was 16 when she had him. The dad was about 15, but he's a great guy. And the husband was a villain for standing up for his wife. I mean, I don't know, it's just all kind of ridiculous. And I listened to this entire interview. It was about 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Listen to the whole thing. If you're looking for any sort of theology or, I don't know, Bible verses, Kirk Franklin's thoughts on, you know, the Bible, it's not there. So if that's what you're looking for, it's kind of a waste of time. If you're interested in celebrity gossip, that's there. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. I do enjoy Kirk Franklin. I've enjoyed his work over the years. I enjoy Cam Newton. I loved watching him play football. He does really a great job on his show. He likes to talk. He's a good listener. He really is very transparent, even though it's sometimes to his detriment, like the one like last week. But anyway, thanks for watching. That's my thoughts on that Kirk Franklin interview. I don't know. I personally think that Kirk Franklin needs to pray about this a little bit more. Notice he didn't say that. He did not say that. He didn't say anything about prayer, giving it to Christ, anything like that. So this is all very squirrely. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.